If you're trying to figure out how to calculate your slope, you want to go through and you want to find 2 points that are flowing with your line, right? They're mimicking sort of the steepness of this line. If you need to use your spaghetti to help you figure out if 2 points match up. So for example, if I look at this bottom point here and this point up here, when I put the spaghetti next to it, I can see that it's not parallel. My spaghetti is going to run into my fitted line. So I want to look for 2 points that basically are the same distance from the line. I see a couple of great options. I have points, these 2 points are both right above the line, so they're parallel to it. And actually even either of these guys, including this guy here, I could use for my slope. So take a minute and look at the two that you want to connect together. And then once you decide on that, we're going to find that over here in the data. So I'm going to stick with the first two here. So for me, that is the data that has a grams of fat of 2. So that's my fruit and yogurt parfait over here. And then it has a grams of fat of 12, and that's the cheeseburger. So once I know my data from here, I'm going to go through and I'm going to calculate my slope. I'm going to do that delta y over delta x. So the 2 points I'm using are 12, 310 and 2, 160. So for my formula, delta y over delta x, I'm going to subtract 310 minus 160 and then 12 minus 2. So if I go through and I do my math, 310 minus 160 is going to give me 150. 12 minus 2 is 10. And 150 divided by 10 is 15. You're going to have something similar. And if you look, an acceptable range is somewhere between 13 to 16. Again, depending on what points you picked. Double check yours. Make sure you're picking right points and double check your math. Make sure you're doing delta y over delta x and look for an answer somewhere between 13 and 16.